Yo, what is going on, everybody? Talk here, back with another week for the WBE, and we are in the quarterfinals. Now, first things first, I have a friend.
Hello, my name is JB Westside. What is going on?
And as you guys just heard, it's the quarterfinals. Now, last week was conference quarterfinals.
Yeah,
this is overall quarterfinals.
Yeah, that was my bad.
It's all good.
I mean, technically I wasn't wrong, but like, you know.
Yeah, this is overall quarterfinals with the last two of the last three games we'll see for Season 3 of the WBE, and that rolled off the tongue really well.
Nailed it, dude.
Speaking of rolling off the tongue, be sure to go follow the Pokemon WBE Twitter. You guys will see some awesome graphics over there. You can get involved with the fan pick'em, and also, you can be really cool. You know why? Because you're a follower of the WBE.
What more could you possibly want? I can tell you what else you would want. You could go to the Onod shop down in the description below and pick yourself up a t-shirt for, you can just grab a regular old WBE logo, or you can grab a logo from your favorite coach.
Well done, JP. That's my kind of transition there.
I plugged well. Yay.
Yay! You know what else happened? We had two games this week.
What? This is a Pokemon channel?
Dang, really got me going here. But enough goofing around here. Let's hop right into it. So the first game we have here is the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Newcastle Needle Kings. Wolfie Glick is the coach of the Milwaukee Brewers, and Patters with two R's, of course, is the coach of your Newcastle Needle Kings. Now, Wolfie brought a team of Excadrill, Virizion, Mega Blastoise, Mandibuzz, Weezing, and Tornadus Therian, and Patters brought a team of Mega Gyarados, Tapu Koko, Delphox, Hippowdon, Snorlax, and Xatu.
Yes, indeed. And oh my god, did Excadrill put in just an absurd amount of work this game.
It was kind of disgusting, honestly.
It really was. Subtoxic, Protect, Ironhead, and not running Earthquake actually came into play for like several reasons this game. Mainly being the Z-Mirror move on Patter's side, which he was trying to bait so well with the Koko. Like, he subbed a couple times predicting Wolf to click Earthquake, and he never did, so he could get the Earthquake to Oko the Excadrill back with his Z-Mirror move and just, you know, try to win the game from there. But yeah, that was just, all in all, just like, bro, that was just a crazy back and forth, and just Excadrill was incredible this game. Like, no other way about it.
Now, I think this game kind of Wolfie's shirt did bring him some good luck. We'll just
it definitely
put it that
did.
way.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a good luck shirt. It's his favorite shirt, as he said, and he had no planned intro. Well, if this is how well he's going to play with no planned intro, go ahead. Don't do intros for the rest of the season. I hate
Yeah, just never do an intro again. He'll never lose a game.
That's big brain play right there. You know what else was big brain? That Excadrill. Last week, we saw Patters bring that sub-toxic Delphox, which was so cool to see. And then Wolfie spins it on him this week and brings sub-toxic Protect Ironhead Lefties Excadrill.
It's like, hey, that's a pretty cool set. Why don't I use it?
Yeah, it was super cool to see. Really good outside the box thinking.
Something else that I thought was awesome was Z-Haze Weezing was a great bring this game, and that's just an awesome set to see. And it's sets like that that really make any Z format cool, where any Pokemon can use Z. Because, you know, in your normal leagues, you don't get to see stuff like that, because who would run a Z move on a Weezing? Who would make that a Z captain? But that's why OpenZ is such an awesome format. You can get to see stuff like that come into play and really have a huge role in, you know, a big time playoff game.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, one thing I do want to point out here is, excuse me, Spider-Man pointing memes when the Koko faced the Excadrill sub for sub question mark.
That was really cool. But not for nothing, Patters did have a few really good plays. Early on, he made a switch into Koko on the Torn coming in. That was just an amazing read when it was Excadrill versus Hippo at the start. He, you know, predicted Wolf to go Torn on the Earthquake, and he went Koko. That was just a fantastic read. And he was able to get a sub up after, which, you know, that's just like, Patters did what he could this game. But, you know, when Wolfie's playing as well as Wolfie can, like when he's playing up to the top of his talent, there's just nothing you can do. And yeah, that was, Wolfie just played this game like to perfection.
Yeah, I'm not going to say this was the expected outcome, because as we saw last week, Patters can pull off miracles pretty easily with some heat sets that he's brought. So I honestly thought Patters had a really good shot at winning this game. but it doesn't surprise me at all. Wolfie played this well because it's Wolfie.
Yeah.
Playoff mode, Wolfie is one of the best players of all time. Don't at me.
This is true. But Patters, he did just he played really well. Like, he tried to bait the Earthquake to get the Z mirror move off, and that was just a really solid play. Like, he knew what he needed to do to win. It's just, Wolfie, like he said, was playing 4D chess and didn't even have Earthquake. Like, he didn't give Patters the win con that he needed to make the Coco set work to the way it needed to. But there was just something else worth pointing out was Wolfie at certain points of the game prioritized getting rid of rocks for a solid few minutes. Like, he really wanted to get rid of rocks. But when he was finally in a position where he was able to make the call that it wasn't really necessary to do so in the situation. Like, the only mons that it mattered for were Torn and Mandibuzz, but the Torn he'd have to sack to defog anyway, and Mandibuzz was only there for Deflox, which at that point was incredibly low and toxic. So, just being able to think on the move like that and make those sort of calls is what separates Wolfie from the your average player.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention his awesome intros, his great hair, his good style, his championship wins in 2 WBE back-to-back season, going for a third, his World's Finals appearance and win. But yeah, other than that, he's pretty much an average dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alrighty here. But yeah, it was a very interesting game here, going based on what we saw here, but it was pretty fun.
Yeah. And like I said, Patters made plays as necessary to win. It's just he got behind and he just couldn't bring it back. Like, the X drill was just too hard for him to deal with. And then Wolfie was he played sacks perfectly. Like, specifically the only sack he made the game was playing the Weezing and Snorlax trade. Like, that was perfect. Like, Wolfie he knew what he needed to do, and there was just nothing Patters could do.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was an overall good game, and this is the end of Patters' season here. Honestly, a top 4 appearance for him for the division, a top 8 overall.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty good, honestly.
Definitely. He definitely surprised the hell out of me. I'll be the first to admit I did not expect him to play as well as he did. Big ups. He definitely earned a sub from me, and I'll definitely be tuning into his videos for sure. He's a very good Pokemon player, 100%.
Yeah, I figured he'd do well, but he kind of blew me away too.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd make it this far.
Yeah,
I figured
he's really good at the game, dude.
Yeah, he kind of surprised everyone. I'm not going to call him the Cinderella story, because the Cinderella story, in my opinion, is in the other game. But it was honestly just a great showing, and I'm not going to say him bursting onto the scene, because we've seen him do well in other leagues, such as the UCL. But it's really cool to see.
Mm-hmm. He definitely proved himself here against the top of the top competition in the Jeff League community, and yeah, it was really cool to see. Great season for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope to see him back for Season 4.
Absolutely.
Now, hopping into our other game, we have the South Texas Sableyes in Vivid Color versus the Bronx Bearticks in PokeMMD.
Vivid brought a team of Galvantula, Tapu Bulu, Mega Aggron, Noivern, Nidoking, and Mew. Joey brought a team of Mega Gallade, Bronzong, Toxapex, Volcarona, Comfey, and Gothitelle.
Alright, so the first thing I want to point out here is Frisk is a broken ability.
Yeah, I've been saying, man, it's the best ability in the game.
Especially on Noivern, especially.
Yeah.
Being able to get so much info, because he led off with it and learned that the Volcarona was Fire EMZ. That is such crazy information right away, because at that moment, Joey doesn't know if he's Flying EMZ, because he knows Volcarona's not Cobra Berry, and this is the only way it lives a Flying EMZ Noivern. Mm-hmm. And if Volcarona goes down, oh my lord, Joey's team gets so much weaker.
Volcarona had a great matchup this game too. On paper, it just destroys Vivid's team, but being able to know what it said is turn 1 is just that's why Frisk is broken, dude.
Mm-hmm. Another thing I want to point out too is how much work Galvantula put in without Crocodile here.
Mm-hmm.
Even with webs or without, it still put on so much pressure around Joey's team.
Definitely. Something else worth noting is Stallbreaker Mega Gallade was a huge risk reward play, and it ended up being more of a risk, honestly. As you can see from the scorecard, having more offensive pressure on Gallade probably would have helped a little bit, but yeah, that's just, like I said, one of those risk reward things, and not much you could do. It had its merits, but it just didn't really pan out.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I do want to point out on Joey's side right away, the Comfey play was really weird. Mm-hmm. Going for defog was a good play at the moment, and kind of looking back on it, but it made an awkward scenario here because yes, getting away webs was great and you needed to do it, but going and killing the Needle King after trapping is good as well. But kind of the sequence of events just kind of it played into Vivid's favor.
Yeah,
almost.
it was.
Kind of
It
like
definitely
feel
came out
it
on
was a
Vivid's
decline.
side for sure. Like
Yeah,
that was
like,
definitely a good trade for Vivid.
Yeah, getting like losing your Needle King, losing webs, yes, but getting rid of the Comfey, which was a huge stop to Mew.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys can see, Mew did pretty dang well.
Definitely.
But yeah, double crits meant Pex and Zong went down.
Yeah,
that's
that was
kind of the story of this game and the main headline.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how much it changed the outcome, but it definitely made it a lot more lopsided
Yes.
than you would think it would be. But yeah, it's that was rough for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But just something good.
And Joey, in his post-game interview with Vivid on his side, put it best. If the first Hurricane didn't crit, Joey doesn't have to swap into Bronzong. Bronzong then doesn't die to Z because it doesn't have to take the entry damage, and it's a completely different ballgame because it doesn't die to Fire EMZ. So it changes the not the intensity, but like the line of the match, as Vivid says.
The sequence of plays, how it ended up playing out. And, from there, anything could happen in this Pokemon. It's just, what ended up happening was made it look pretty rough for Joey. And it ended up being pretty rough for him as well, obviously.
Yeah. On Vivid's side, like Mew coming in late game, not even needing to polish up, just attack what's in front, no need to predict things is just great. Especially with the webs up. Joey's team is not slow by any means of the term. Mega Glade's decently fast, and Volcarona can get fast really quickly. But with webs up, this team is just meh. One of the things as well is like not letting up on the pressure once you crit, really executing it perfectly, basically pulling a Joey on a Joey.
Yeah, taking advantage of the situation for sure.
So I thought that was really good on Vivid's part.
Yep. And just once again, how well he's been using Noivern lately. He's been playing that mon absolutely perfectly since the last couple weeks of the regular season and moving it into the playoffs. Noivern is one of my favorite mons to use personally, and it's really cool to see it have such a big part on semifinals team. Is really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing I do want to point out as well, some of the afterthoughts in the match I have here. Now, they did discuss this in Joey's interview as well. Joey won if you click Quiver Dance turn 1 because the Noivern U-turned. However, Joey couldn't risk going for game right there because if Noivern was Flying MZ and I clicked Flying MZ on Volcarona's Quiver Dance, I think that was almost the game right there.
Definitely. But, it's it ends up being a 50-50 there. If he had gone for Quiver, he probably just won the game. But it's one of those things.
Giant 50-50, and it almost is a tale of 50-50s just not going Joey's way.
Yeah, it's so hard to make that play turn 1, and you understand why he didn't make it, but at the same time, it's if he did, though, it's what if?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of what ifs. Now, this is not to discredit Vivid at all. He played absolutely fantastic. Definitely. And definitely picking him. I think he goes all the way now. I think this was his toughest matchup. I like his matchup versus Wolfie, which you guys will see in the pick'ems later on. Be sure to go check that out. But I'm definitely picking Vivid to win this thing now, just because I think this is the biggest hurdle to overcome.
We'll see. I mean, with the way Wolfie's been playing, it's the two best players. What more could you possibly want? They've both been playing phenomenally the last couple weeks, so it's going to be a great matchup for sure, and one you should definitely all go check out.
Yeah, I'm very much excited for this. Uploads can't come soon enough. I cannot wait to spoil this game to JB like I did this week.
Yeah, it spoiled both games before I had a chance to watch them. I'm just oh, cool.
I got so hyped watching Vivid's game. I got so hyped watching Vivid because I was watching I saw his game was really short, only not crazy long. I'm he does team builders most of his stuff too. Did someone get bopped?
Uh-oh.
Because he, like I said, he usually live comms, so I'm dang, this must have been a 15-minute game. Someone got rocked. And then I saw his post, I'm okay, this seems more usual now.
Gotcha.
But yeah, to really drive home the point of the season, I've been saying a lot. Everyone, say it with me one more time. Hacks is a win con.
Never forget.
But yeah, never forget. But yeah, I think that is going to be it for me today, guys.
Same.
Awesome. Everyone be sure to go show all 4 coaches the love. Joey's season ended here, and so did Patter's, but be sure to go drop them a sub because they're both great competitive battlers, even to make it this far. Be sure to go check out the other recap, because they are covering the other games, which had some crazy ones, like Gator versus Kelly in Under the Radar. That was a crazy game. That was fun to watch. Go check out their analysis, because I'm going to be in the comment section there. But with that, I think I'm going to get on out of here today, guys. JB, as always.
Hashtag disable ad block.
And we're going to get on out of here today, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and peace out, Scouts.
Peace.